Hello everyone, how are we all doing tonight? I hope we're well. We're going to get this debrief out the way and all done and dusted because I'll be honest with you, I'm still angry and frustrated by it. Yeah, can we get mental health check-in? Mine's about a 6 today. I can't do the actual button for the mental health check-in because it's gone off the stream. It's done me head in. So I'm not very happy about it. So yeah, it got off my stream deck. For some reason it don't work. I could have redo it. It was working earlier. It don't work now. Ian and Green, think I hope you well. I'm not too bad, mate. I'm not too bad. Looking at some things that are probably going to help me mentally in terms of learning stuff at the minute. Kind of thing. It's some of you know, I am a big fan of music. And I used to play drums back in the day, and I'm possibly looking at an electric drum kit, so that'll help me. Something that's not content based. But we're not here to talk about that stuff. We're here to talk about Sheffield Wednesday and that game at the weekend. Refs are shite houses at the end. Yeah, at the end of the day, I think the game versus Millwall says a lot about how we weren't in it. Then you go to QPR and we get done by a ref right near the end. And again, you go to this game at the weekend where it hits him there. Ball hits him there. And it doesn't get given. And it just makes things a mockery. Now, I've heard some people call for VAR. Deck says he would like VAR, and VAR that would get turned around. And I'm not too sure if I do or I don't want VAR, because I don't like the way VAR done. But as a whole, as a game, let's just go from before all the controversy. We actually played some really good football. We looked really good. We played some good stuff. Kabachi starting to look like a cracking pickup. Him and Marvin Johnson have already got a link up and they're on the same wavelength at the same time, which is fantastic. We're seeing more of that come into play. I still think in midfield we are slightly bad at giving the ball away. But in that game, we were so much better at getting the ball back. We got the ball back so much more. But the issue we got is we made so many chances in that game. So many chances. And how many of those chances did we bury? 1. And that got to be something that improves. We have been way too, as a team, not clinical in front of net. We've been like it for the last 4 or 5 years. I'd say 4 or 5 years, we have not been clinical at all. We've actually gone out and bought a striker, which is ours, which we're not having to go, hey, if he does well, oh dear, we might have to send him back or someone will come for him. 8 likes and 16 people watching. Get those views up, please, and the likes. Let me just share this. I think for us, though, everything was going in the right direction on Saturday. The only thing that was missing was a couple of goals by us. And I think we get those couple of goals, we killed the game. We killed the game dead. We killed the game dead. I generally do believe that.
Give us McNeil.
There you go. I can't put that on a better bit. But I think McNeil should be starting. Yeah, I do think McNeil should be starting. Just about being more of a 2-0 full handball. Yeah, I thought Windass had a good game. I thought we made some really clever changes and touches and tried to get it going. Barry Bannon doing what Barry Bannon does at the minute is going wonder goals. Absolutely cracking goal. The technique for that's insane. Let's just talk that for now. The technique for that is insane. But great goal. But then Dish does a really stupid tackle originally to get himself a yellow card. I don't think he needed to do it. And so did Ingleson at one point when he came on. But then you have the situation where you had the penalty situation. Now, for me, one of the things I got is we need to stop being ever so bad with the just scrappy goal for conceding. Bamawo had an excellent game, Finley. He looked really good. Finley looked immense. Finley looks immense. He is immense. Akin was immense. He's got better and better and better. And I think that's something that's really good. I think after half time we switched off. I think we need to. We didn't switch off though. How can you say we switched off after half time, Lewis? Because in the second half we scored. We looked better. I don't know how you can say we switched off. I think for one of the things, if we took Kabachi off and brought Gasam on, he changed it up a little bit with that. But with that, we have to be more clinical. We got to be more clinical. High point just for, isn't that part of course in championship for the to convert one goal out of multiple chances and need to improve the quality and attack? Yep, I agree, Manny. I agree. Baz 32 scoring like it 21 years. Yep. But we gotta do better with that defending. But what annoyed me is Jez actually said it on the video at lunchtime today. Is that modern goalkeeping is something that I think is actually causing us problems in punching balls. Back when I was a lad, I was primarily a goalkeeper, and I was taught to jump up and catch the ball. Nowadays, the modern goalkeeper is taught to punch it out and not catch it. And I think that's something that's lost. Because you see in the build-up, he's gone to punch it and then he's scrambling. Now, Beadle has scrambled twice now and had issue with that. Now, you look at where the ball hit Bernard. He's blocking Beadle. Beadle getting blocked as well. So maybe the point where you turn around and Beadle goes, Beadles, move. Tells Bernard to move. Then we don't have the penalty situation. Maybe he saves it. But here's the thing, you've got to think that if we are going to say this, we need defenders. We're now going to have one that's going to be suspended, potentially, if he doesn't, get it overturned, which I want them to overturn it, but I am worried that we're going to get told, oh, we got the goal scoring opportunity. We need to play Kabashi for a full game. Stop bringing on Gassam and Masavi. Yes, they were good, but they should have played when we were 3 or 4. No, I think the thing is they changed it. I think Kabachi just trying to get into it a bit more. I think they're just watching what levels he's got and where he is in the English game. I think that he got battered a lot in that first game, but he did look good. Agreed, I don't mind possession or tiki-taki, but I prefer my league keeper to catch. Yeah, I prefer keeper catching. I'm not a fan of this punching, Superman punching or punching X, Y, or Z. I hate it. It's one of my biggest gripes in modern day football. But you look at one they get that goal, they bring on their subs, and we are having to play catch up. Gasama has to go off. Icky comes on. Icky did okay, but then he brought on Masaba when we went 2-0 down, which I didn't get to a point. I understand him trying to get back into the game. But then it struggled with it. Maybe it's time to give Harm a chance when he fit. The experience at the back might take. You know what? It's not a bad shout. I did think about that today, Mike. Evening, Mike, and welcome to the show, by the way. Welcome in Barry as well. 15 people watching, 11 likes up. I know a lot of people are not going to want to watch this tonight just because it's a bit depressing talking about this weekend result. But the thing is, we have to start making those chances happen. Because if we can get those chances turned around, then it'll be so much easier for us. We'll be able to put ourselves on the front foot. But we got to really put pressure on teams when they're not doing well and take the advantage. Annoyingly, that is Luton's first home win of the season. And if you actually look at Wednesday, we don't start seasons well anyway. We have never been a team that starts seasons well at all. And that's the thing for me. We've never been that team that starts really well. We've always been slow burners, gone into the season and picked up. Now, for me, we have to start turning these into results because that'll breed confidence. Somebody said that earlier this afternoon. I agree. You start winning, confidence gets up, and it's a lot easier. And it's about taking our chances. You get an elbow from last season's form. Fantastic. Annoyingly, we're probably going to have an international break right when we don't need it. We need to do a Liverpool when Luton scored his first of the week and keep it to kind of lumped it. A half after we brought it down around to keep him. Yeah, but that's a hard skill too. He got to take it down. He had to take it down. I don't think going long, and we've seen it, it works and it doesn't. Because if we go long, you have to play Michael Smith and have someone at the side of him. Now, the problem is, whenever we've done that, we've been that far apart. So the ball come down in the middle here, and the players had to run to it. It only works if you can get closer to the player. And the thing is, when we're doing that, we don't get close enough. We generally don't get closer. At the weekend, none of the goals were due to playing out from the back. None of them were due to playing out from the back at all. It wasn't anything to do with that at all. Now, yeah, Lee Gregory's on fire in League One. There is a bit of that, like maybe that 1 week should have really kept. But at the same time, I think after the way it got treated in January, it was never going to be able to turn it dead back. Overall, I'm very calm about position. I still think we'll be completely fine. No relegation battle, just inconsistent mid-table team. I'd take an inconsistent mid-table team. That's all I want this season, Barry. Ian and Danny, how you doing, mate? But yeah, we gotta start going on the massive down and gloom when it's like it's not many games in. It's really not many games in, and last season, at this point, people huddled down. People huddled down and we stayed up. And I've seen people say, oh, we fluked staying up last season. But did we fluke it? Or did we just pick up the win where we needed to pick up wins where others didn't? And that's the difference. We played some teams who were quite poor when it came to the final third, who didn't seem to pick up the points yet. Now, for me, that comes from experience. We've got the experience there if we do get into that situation. Most of the players are still here. Let's just put that from that kind of situation. I think at minute Johnson keeping that body though. Smith and McNeil. I don't know. I don't know if McNeil can do that kind of link-up play. We would have to use it and see. The problem is if you do, you are more likely to lose possession with kicking it long than you are playing it out from the back. Like, it's just that fact that you lose possession more kicking it long. And if we're wanting to keep the ball a bit often, we got to stick with it. I don't think playing out from the back was any of the problems in that game. Akin showed his pace in that game. He was absolutely immense. He looked brilliant. Showed what he can do, shows how he can get right at the back. I thought when we were going forward, we had chances, but nothing clear cut, which was slightly annoying for me. I was hoping something would be a bit more clear cut than the one we did, but it wasn't to be. But we have to start finding ways of winning. Good teams win ugly. And so far, we haven't got that win ugly yet. It'll come though. You can see what's happening. The confidence is getting in the players. You can see the players are getting used to the system more. I'd say Ugbo Smith personally. Ugbo had more pace and more of a threat than Smith in the box. Smith had the height, but isn't as clinical as Ugbo when he's on fire. I think the thing is, if you look at how we've been playing, Ian and Dan, how you doing, mate? If you look at how we've been playing since the international break, we're getting so many more balls into the box. The balls and crosses into the box are so much better. The only thing we got is there's still players who are just not reading it right. So you'll see a ball going in, the player's not darted to go for it yet, or they go too soon. And we're just going to get that right consistency. Now, if you look at the game at the weekend with West Brom and Plymouth, that was actually a very, very even game. Plymouth could have quite easily picked something up there. It's a shame that they didn't for them, but if we play things right and do what we know what we can do right, we could do well. The balls are coming into the box. They are though. They are coming into the box. But the thing is, when they are coming into the box, you've got to make sure that your attacker's ready. They are coming into the box, and that's what I said. They are coming in. The only thing is, like, even corners at the weekend were a little bit better. Like, generally, corners looked a little bit better from that. And that's how babies are made. Evening, darling. Guessing you've got both kids asleep. Oh, it's a long, long vlog. Jesus Christ. Just see that pop up on my thing. But yeah, we got to find ways of winning ugly. Good teams win ugly, and I think we can do that. Now, are we anywhere close to that yet? No. But can it come to that? Yeah. And I think some of the idiots that have come out have said who want Danny sacked and stuff, it's a very long season. And I think some of them are just were wanting everything to be there, done, dusted, and ready. They want because we're not now in the top 3 and not playing how we did versus Plymouth. That he should go with a crap manager. Oh, last season was a fluke. He wasn't a decent manager. He was shit. He only fluked it last season. I don't think that was the case. I actually think he got players going. You actually look at how we played the last 2 league games. We've been unlucky not to get the results, and that's due to not taking our chances. We don't take our chances. If we take our chances, we do it well. Like Jack can do in the video recently, we need some balls in some balls in that team, like the players getting into FFA. Which the problem is, you know what's gonna happen when we do that, Mike. We're gonna be the team that get hit with cards galore and more sending off. He's right. We need to not be as soft with the referee, but I think Danny got a respect the man in the middle approach, which is good, and it's what you want to show young players coming through. You want to have that. I agree, Tom. Slow and steady wins the race. I think we are seeing it. Let's not make no bones about it. The championship is tough. It was always going to be tough, whoever came up and whoever came down. Right? We were a bit buggered for the games that we got coming up because they're really tough. Hey up, G, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. But I don't think there's any. Whoa, what the hell going on there? I don't think there's any room to panic. Yeah, and even if we did, I think we got the players to get us out of it. If that was the case, I think the players are there. You're starting to see players do. I would still like us to go back and look into the free agent market for a defender. But if you do that, you need to do it now. You need to do it now, and you need to get them on a program quickly and make them have a mini preseason during October, because we are not far away from the next international break, which is insane when you think about it. We've got West Brom, Bristol City, and then Coventry, and then that's our last. That's our international break, right? And then you've got the situation you're then having to play it. I think I went a bit overall on like saying brings up, but I don't rate Allardyce. To be fair, mate, the lad who keeps bringing up Sam Allardyce, he's doing my head in. He generally doing my head in. I'm all for people having their opinion and going with it, but it's every time we lose. And I've only ever noticed this lad pop up when we lose. He's one of these ones, he doesn't say anything when we win. I've never seen him pop up when we win. It's only when we lose. It's always to have a moan. Let's just say I'm dancing worker for him. Fair enough, mate. I'm not too bad, mate. But the thing is, I don't want Sam Allardyce near the club. I don't want that style of manager near our club now. I don't think football's gone that way in a long time. I think football's changed. Like, if that was the case, why didn't Stoke go get him? Oh no, Stoke went and got the assistant manager or the goal-kicking coach from Norwich. Didn't go for him. Football is changing differently, and there's different styles of management, and the game doesn't work or flow that way anymore. And that's the thing for me. Football completely changed with it. And that generally is the case for me. It completely changed. It completely changed. And generally, I'm in that point of view at the minute, and I want it to be more done. I don't even get why Sam Allardyce managed the club. I think yeah. To the guy who says Big Sam really got me right, Peter. I'm glad it's not the only one who gets annoyed with it. I think the thing is, for me, if you can get a manager in like we've done with Danny, and I don't think we should be talking about managers anyway. We got a manager. He called Danny Rule and he got a 3-year contract. He's here for the long term. Christ, the man planning January and a summer transfer already with what they want to do. You can tell with him he's frustrated, but at the same time, you can see it's turning. You can see the groove is turning a little bit on games. And I think the more it turns, the better it'll be. I never rated Allardyce though, even when he was. There've been times where Allardyce have been fantastic in football, and there've been times where Allardyce has just been not the person you needed. Cat 22. Sometimes I think he's been great. Sometimes I think he's not been right. He was, for Allardyce, you can always give him the credit of being the man who brought in all the coaches, because Allardyce was one of the first ones to have a separate coach for everything. He was a big fan of that from the NFL days. He started doing it before most, and then people changed it. Chancery has given Danny a full season. I still believe we can finish. The thing is, what you got with DC. DC will give managers a longer chance than most. Look at Sisco, how long he kept Sisco in before it all started to turn. He gave him enough time, and I think he'll give Danny enough time. I think he'll see it gonna turn. But the thing is, we have to start burying our chances. We have to get a Ugbo firing. We have to get those nearly chances there. You start seeing that happen, and I think you can turn it around massively. Like, generally, I think you can turn it around massively and not have an issue. But it's early days. The 40-odd games left till the end of the season. And there's a lot that can change between now and the end of the season. That will happen, but if Danny forced out through impatient fan, but that might be me done. I just can't be asked having to say every 6 months to a year a fresh start is needed. I think the thing is that for me, consistency is something that's key. And I have done so many manager sackings since I've done this channel. It's ridiculous how inconsistent we've been in that case. Karloff was one of the longest. Then you had Darren Moore. And you can't build success with keep changing manager all the time. Somebody will say, well, Chelsea did it. Yeah, but Chelsea had millions and millions. And at the time when they did it, they had a bloody an owner that was actually quite smart and not a stupid idiot like Todd Bowley. If we finish 10th, 6th or 7th, then it's a good playoff season. It may be success. The thing is, I still think we can finish 10th. I just think we just got to give it time. Time and patience is what's needed right now, and we don't have that in our fan base. I don't think any fan base has that. 32 people watching, 18 get those likes up, please. I much appreciate it. Time and patience is something that we don't seem to give managers these days. Everything's all about instant result, instant gratification, instant getting it straight away. If we have to wait a couple of days for a parcel, we get annoyed. Like, I'm a bad for it as well. If I can get it from Amazon Prime the next day, I'll get it the next day because I'm impatient. But we can't be like that. I'm tired of it, Jake. Plus, each manager will want his own player, which is more money. I agree, Barry. Yeah, you're right. You're right, because... And it's also... Let's also remember, this is Danny's first full season with his first full pre-season. His first time having his players he wants. It's all new. And I think people keep forgetting that Danny only came in October last season and did wonders. He pulled off miracles, right? He generally pulls off miracles. There are some... What's that? I don't know what that was. Big bang. I know no one working next door. I think for me, one of the big things is right now is there is a lot of places that have predicted us to be near the relegation zone at the end of the season again. And I understand why. I get it. Like 4-4-2, I think Cadell's 20th, 19th, 20th kind of thing. And I get it because it's a new load of players in really quickly. And that's not easy, right? New players in that quickly ain't easy. You have to get them all in, make sure they're all firing, everyone singing off the same hymn sheet. I know what it is now. Singing off the right hymn sheet. Thing is, he'd done that, but there was only so much he could do in the 6 weeks. People think 6 weeks is a long time to get everything dialed in. And it's not, to a point if you don't get everyone in early. And the problem is the key one we needed didn't get done early enough for us. And that's what kind of buggered us a little bit. But at the same time, we have to be patient with it. The result will come. Like, you see a lot of the players on socials are being quite buoyant about the fact that this is going to turn. They can feel it. They haven't lost confidence. They haven't lost the ability in what they're doing. They know what needs to change and what doesn't work. And you've seen a completely different Wednesday to the one that was at the start of the international break. And the thing is, what people are not getting, he had tweaked it tactically. And a lot of people haven't noticed it properly. He has tweaked it and he changed things. And there's little things like that you don't see. You miss it slightly. And you're like, oh, he's done that. And when you look at it as much as I do at times with doing this, it makes you go, damn, he had changed something again. Or that changed, this had changed. It makes you look at everything a little bit in finer detail. And I won't lie, it's good to see us thinking in that sense and trying to move things going forward. Now, next game, West Brom is a hard game. Like, it's a hard game. They are unbeaten in five wins on the trot. You've got Josh Maja, who got 6 in 6. He's a man firing on all cylinders at the minute. Somebody I wanted in January, if you remember. I did do something about it, saying, let's have a look at Josh Maja. And sadly, we couldn't do that. For me, I genuinely think if we play how we did against QPR, but bury the chances, there's a good chance you can get something out of that at home. Like, I know it's super early, but thinking towards January, 2 defenders and a must. I wouldn't go wrong with that, to be fair. DJ, I think that's a cracking shout. I genuinely think that's the right play. They're gonna lose a game at some point, though. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, the thing is, I think when they do lose one of their games, it'll be a complacent thing where they got used to it. And I think we've seen it when we went on that big run in League One. The moment you lose one, you lose your focus a little bit and you're complacent. And Josh Windasser said in the past, when they did all Josh Windasser goals, that we were thinking it was easy. We always thought we'd done it. Who went to got next? We have got West Brom, mate, so not an easy game. It's West Brom, Bristol City, Coventry City, and then it's the international break, I think. Yeah, so it's West Brom, Bristol City, Coventry City, and then it's the break, and then after the break, I believe we got Burnley. And we got Burnley on the first game back after the break. So it's tough. It's a tough load of game coming up, Mark. It's not easy games. It's like we got all our hard games and people not in around us early doors. So it's a very tough load of game. But the Championship is very hard. Let's be honest with you. The Championship, there is no easy games. And everyone seems to have done okay. It'll be interesting to see Cardiff get a new manager in this week. They just sacked their manager. You got a situation at Preston, turn it around. To be fair, no game in either, but I reckon we will click soon. I agree. Some hard games, you might get some points off Coventry. Yeah, Coventry hasn't started well, but Coventry don't normally start well at all anyway. So it's interesting. I think they're missing Kelsey Palmer a little bit. They are tough, but I think it does feel like it clicking. You got to remember, when we had Carlos that first season, we got to about October time and it wasn't clicking and we weren't doing great. And it took us a while to click. And it was only around November time where we clicked and we went on that big, stupid run, which, in hindsight, we shouldn't have gone on. But it did click eventually, and that's the thing. The thing you've got going for us right now is that it will come good, but you have to make sure you can get it right. Get it right, both parties. If we can do that, fantastic. Like, genuine fans. I'm not too bad, Ashley. How are you? Not too bad at all. I'm just checking when my next couple of games are midweek, actually. 21st, 25th. Please find that. Do we have a cup game before the international break? We will have a cup game before the international break. Yes. I believe we do. Oh, no. I don't think we will, actually. No. Cup games are this week, aren't they? No, I don't think we will. We might have a cup game 16th to the 15th of October. Did everyone completely forget where Sheffield went to? We never do single easy. You're right. We've always done it the halfway. Playing free at the back. The last few games made a huge difference. You can see the team prefer free at the back. Have you tried the new? I have played the new FIFA. I like it a lot. I'm working on my FC career mode tomorrow for the members, so please stay tuned for that if you're a member. But I have played it. I like it a lot. It's a lot nicer. I'm playing it on simulation at the minute, and it's a bit slower game, which I like. I do like it a little bit better, and I've got a pretty decent team going at the minute. I always do like 3 saves. I do a Wednesday unrealistic save, I do a Wednesday realistic save, and then I'll do a save where I will not have a transfer window for the first in the summer, and I'll work with what I've got. I know some are close to signing. That would be a really good signing for Sunderland. I wanted him in the summer, but a lot of people have said he's got a bad attitude, so be careful. Be careful with that. A lot have said he got a little bit of a bad attitude. So yeah, be careful with him. Apparently, I got bad attitude. But you get him, if you can get him pairing in the championship, cracking player. Oh no, mate. I'm sorry, mate. See, I got the ultimate one, so yeah. Like we were meant to do. I was gonna pre-order the first shirt for next year today, and I ain't got the cash for it. I wish I did. I just don't have the 70. I think it's 76 quid to pre-order it. So that's not gonna happen. The only way that would happen if my PayPal suddenly got some cash in. But that ain't happening anytime soon. Because just ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna have to queue up next year for it. Other priorities this year. And it'll be good. Not worth money ordering, but exactly, mate. That's my issue. I'm very, very worried that people are going to order it and it's not done right, and that's the other reason I haven't done it. A lot of people have said to me, going, "Oh, you pre-ordered it," and I said I wanted to, but then I also thought about it. I don't like it. Been better, but I'll be fine. Last week was just one of those where everything goes wrong from start to finish. If we all had those weeks, as long as you found way to handle it and make it sure that your mental health isn't too affected. We've all had those weeks. I had one of them a long time ago. It wasn't great, but I think the thing is, when you have those weeks, it's better to have the following week as a week where you chill and not do much. You try and take a little stress off you. Better to keep the house warm for your kids. Exactly, mate. Exactly. We got thinking that end of this is our lass's last week of being on annual leave. She's back at work next Tuesday. And she's in the office, so I got my little boy all day, which is going to be interesting. Back to having something a bit new and different. So any videos on Tuesday onward, they might be in the house. So bear in mind, if that happens, you won't have me sat here or it looking that great. But I'm going to make it look as best I can for you guys. And that's what I'll promise you. I'll make it look as best I can and make sure it gets you the information out. But it will be on the phone with the iPad for the story. So yeah, I'll make it work. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what we do, how we get on, how we get things sorted. Yeah, next week can be fun. Next week I'm looking forward to it. I know Danny was still looking at and was interested in maybe, mate, but I think that ship has gone. I don't think he's the player we need now, unless he hasn't got faith in, say, Gassama or Masaba. I think right now, if you're going to get anyone in, it can be a defender. Do you think Rotherham will win on Saturday? Who you got? I know Ian isn't that pleased with Rotherham, and he's a little bit worried for him. Tough game, Shrewsbury. Maybe. Hey. One of those are coming here, mate. I can't do too much anyway. Broken toe. Ow! Broken toes are bloody a pain in the ass. Because you can't heal a broken toe. There's no way of healing a broken toe properly. You have to just let it be. Oh, it's annoying. Matt Holmes is a dump. Well, we do need an experienced defender. You don't get much more experience than Matt Hummels. Can you imagine if that actually happened? And yes, here's Matt Hummels kind of thing. If that happens, I'm doing the elbow music again. But yeah, it's one of those ones where we do need to bring another defender in. I just don't know if we can and if it's too late in terms of getting them up to match fitness. 36 people watching, 23 likes up people, I much appreciate it. Bit surprised by Rotherham start. Basically, they have a brand new. Yeah, this is the thing. I think you look at a lot of people start when they have a lot of new players. It takes a while for them to get going. Because you're having to see what player fit, what players don't, what player can get going. And I think that's the thing. Danny should tell Tony Cruz out of retirement too. At this rate, we're just making a new German national team. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see how this week goes. Let's see how Saturday goes. What else was I say? I remember. There will be a roundup on Friday. I just didn't do it on last Friday. I felt crap. I felt utterly shit. Hunter felt shit, so we gave it a miss. And thank you for all that understood that as well. Lane. Wow. But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it there. We've been going for about an hour. Please enjoy the rest of your evenings. Have a good one. We did go a bit earlier. I am going to start thinking about bringing the roundup and the debriefs around 6:30, 6:40 as a start time. No idea. I don't know how he's playing. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. Hopefully Wednesday can have a better week, and we'll see how we get on. Look after yourself, people. Keep yourself warm. And if you're in a place where the weather's bad, wrap up warm. Make sure you're okay because it'll be interesting. But yeah, have a good one. I'll speak to you guys later.